Hello, YouTube. It is Toya Ruth here with the Divas and the Details, and I am coming to you today because um, first I'm in my basement because I have this lovely Lou Brock jersey up here. It is not an Albert Pujols jersey. However, I wanted to come down here and rep the Cardinals because last night Albert Pujols joined the Home Run 700 Club in his late 40s by hitting two home runs against the Dodgers. Now, it would have been beautiful for Albert Pujols to get to that record and that status at home in Busch Stadium in St. Louis. However, I am happy that he is still like one of the greatest because he did it against one of the best teams in baseball, the Dodgers. Now, some of you may know I relocated from the Midwest in St. Louis, Missouri, huge Cardinal fan, to the DMV, but I am still fully repping the Cardinals. Now, on to designer fragrances that should not have been discontinued. Today, we're going to talk about none other than one of my faves, Tom Ford. So the particular fragrance that I'm talking about today is Orchid Soleil. So I was discussing with my husband this morning. I was like, I'm doing this series on designer fragrances that should not have been discontinued. And this time I'm featuring Tom Ford. So he was interested to see which one of the fragrances that had been discontinued. And I was like, it's Orchid Soleil. And he's like, oh, wait a minute. He was like, that is so lovely. And I was like, I know. So let me just show you the box. The box is this beautiful rose gold, and it is such the epitome of what this fragrance is. We're going to call this fragrance a solar floral. So very sunny, very pleasantly sweet, and it is sexy. And this is what the bottle looks like. All of the black orchids and its flankers have just lovely, well done packaging, and this is beautiful, and it has like the little tie with the TF on it, and this is just good looking on your vanity. Let me just give you a sense of the quality of this fragrance. So the nose behind this particular fragrance is Sonia Constant. This fragrance launched in Tom Ford and into the Black Orchid family in 2016. Sonia Constance, I just want to go back, makes very beautiful fragrances. She and Quentin Biche together made the La Belle fragrance for women and the Le Beau in the Jean Paul Gaultier line. And if you know, I am a huge fan of La Belle. It is that pear, it is that orange bergamot, vanilla, amber, vetiver. And it is a sexy, sexy fragrance. It has a lot of appeal with men as far as a fragrance that makes them stop and feel like a woman has a lure. So very good fragrance. She is also the nose behind Tom Ford Noir Extreme for men and Noir pour femme. And these are more like spicy, dark, jasmine, orange blossom forward, sandalwood, amber, vanilla fragrances. And the men's version, Noir Extreme, has like that cardamom, that very spicy, so very dark, sexy. And I unfortunately have to report that Noir pour femme has also been discontinued. And it was one of those deep, sexy women's fragrances that could actually be worn by a woman or a man. I actually gave that fragrance away to one of my coworkers when I was moving from St. Louis because she smelled it. She said she liked it, and then I think she gave it to her guy. That's also a fragrance that I recommended for my son. He is a big fan of Kilian's Black Phantom and Kilian's Straight to Heaven. And Kilian, has that boozy Hennessy branding along with it, and as evidence in its fragrances. But that same strong, sexy scent that my son was going for can be achieved in Noir Extreme or Noir Pour Femme, I was explaining to him. And because he's such a heavy sprayer, I'm like, you get more bang for your buck by doing the Tom Ford perfumes that are more designer. They're less expensive because when I'm not buying them for you and you're off at college, he's 17, you might want to be a little bit smarter with your coin. Also, Kilian's fragrances, while they are so beautiful and so lovely, don't have a lot of longevity. He's a heavy sprayer, so he makes it happen, but he would get more bang for his buck the other way. But now, back to Tom Ford Orchid Soleil. The reason why I gave you all that background on other things that are in Sonia Constance's repertoire is to let you know that when she puts something on the market, we should not be taking it back off. We should not be discontinuing it. And this is one of those fragrances that should not have been discontinued. So anywho, Tom Ford Orchid Soleil, launched in 2016. Like I said, it's a solar floral. I'm going to give you the specific notes. I have little notes right here. What I get out of this when I smell it right off the bat is a spiciness. It's beautiful flowers done well. And then I get whipped cream and a nutty vanilla. Everything that I basically want in a fragrance. This does have some rose in it, but this rose is done so subtly in its mixture that when you smell this, you don't smell rose, you smell flowers. And so that's what I want. I want to smell flowers. I want to smell that spice. That's a head turner. And I want that vanilla that makes you feel like we're headed out to brunch, we're headed out to lunch, but I'm just snack. Like that's how you want to smell. So this fragrance to me is vibrant, warm, and sexy. So when you say Orchid Soleil, it is that I am smelling the freshness of flowers. I'm getting a little bit of spice, and this is a summertime, springtime, in the day. I have on a beautiful midi that's cinched at the waist. I have on my stiletto heel sandals that have maybe like a little bow on them. I have a nice little designer handbag. I am successful, confident, sexy, and a head turner. So that's what this is, Orchid Soleil. You cannot completely duplicate this blend. I feel like Tom Ford, with the amount of ingredients that are in each of the Orchid line, it's the original Orchid and its flankers, are blended so well as designer fragrances that you cannot really completely duplicate this. Some people will say Orchid Soleil Blanc would be a good alternative for people who like Orchid Soleil. However, my issue with Orchid Soleil Blanc, well, not my issue, but my difference is it has that pistachio in it, along with, I think it has some orange in there. It has the vanillas and things like that in there. However, when I smell Orchid Soleil, I'm feeling more like sundress slides, a wide brim hat. I'm out on the beach or on the cabana. It gives me more Elisab Girl of Now vibes with that pistachio. And while it is beautiful and lovely and fresh and summery, it is not the va va voom sexy that this is. I feel like because this launched not that long ago in 2016, so that was 6 years ago, and it's been recently discontinued, it's not like you can't find this anymore. My issue is that you cannot find this in a designer price anymore. To me, designer fragrances should be in the $50 to $150 range. When you go above $150, or maybe above $175, you're getting into more custom, exclusive, premium, even niche fragrances. And so honestly, I'm not going to pay $250, $300 on a website to find this, and then to lo and behold, if it's not the actual authentic fragrance, I'm gonna really be mad about that. Another fragrance that was recommended to me, they were like, oh, if you love Orchid Soleil by Tom Ford, you might like Terracotta by Guerlain. And the bottle is not here, it's upstairs. That is a lovely fragrance. So the profile for Terracotta by Guerlain is pretty much spot on for Orchid Soleil, except like each perfumer has like a different concentration of ingredients that they put in, which makes it unique. And so because we don't know the formulation, of course, it's not exact. But then also the chestnut that is in the base notes of Orchid Soleil. So the base notes are whipped cream, chestnut, vanilla, orchid, and patchouli in Orchid Soleil. The difference is the chestnut is swapped out for coconut in Guerlain's Terracotta. So what I get more from the Guerlain Terracotta is that I'm a snack again, floral, gourmand, beautiful. but it makes it more creamy, more tropical, more daytime rather than the ultra sexy sensuality that is present in Orchid Soleil. And so the particular notes in here are pink pepper, bergamot, which is an orange flavor, bitter orange, cypress. So you kind of get that kick when you first smell it that perks you up. The middle notes are tuberose and lily. And quite honestly, I don't get a lot of rose in this, and I'm happy about that because I'm not a huge fan, to be honest, of rose. I just get flowers. So what I want to smell is an eye-catching attention getter with the bitter orange, the pink pepper, and the cypress. And I like the woodsiness of the cypress. And then I want to smell like I'm having brunch. I'm beautiful. There are some flowers on the table. I don't specifically need to know that they're roses. And in the base note, the whipped cream, the chestnut, the vanilla, the orchid, the patchouli, that's my jam. And patchouli is not humongous in here. It just smells nice blended. And so this is just a great, lovely fragrance. So to me, there's nothing out there that's going to be an exact match or duplicate if you are a huge fan of Tom Ford Orchid Soleil. So I have used this much of, like to right here, of this bottle. I don't know if you can see the juice moving in there. So I have a lot left. And so because I have so many fragrances, I feel like I can make this work for another year, year and a half. And maybe even longer because I really wear this when I'm going out in the spring, summer. I don't really pull from this. The weather has switched from spring to fall. And my scent of the day for today is actually Velvet Orchid. I pick a scent based on my mood, whether you feel like it's specifically appropriate for the occasion. I pick it based on my mood. I take a bath at the end of the night and I do another bedtime scent completely. So I have lots of fragrances to go through. So I don't think I'm going to plow through this. In 2022, 2023, I'm done wearing this really for 2022 because it's already cold here. And I'm headed towards more of my fall spicy fragrances. So, and I'll get into that. And Maison Margiela Replicas by the Fireplace is one of those. And I really like the Lancome Bouquet for this time of year. So I've kind of switched. I'm wearing the Velvet Orchid today as my day scent. So I've kind of moved from that. So I think I can make this last. But it is unfortunate that I don't know what the reviews are on this fragrance, but like when a designer comes out with a really good original fragrance that has great DNA, lots of appeal, and they start making flankers, typically someone like myself, I want to try all the flankers. And then I pick ones that I really love to keep going back to. Or you just have options for different styles of women. So when you discontinue a fragrance, you kind of take something off of the repertoire. And every fragrance is not for everyone. So maybe Black Orchid, the original, is a sellout. And this one has like 40% of their Black Orchid market. But that 40% is still valid. So I'm like, don't discontinue the fragrance. So Tom Ford, call me, seriously. This hurt. This cut deep. This cut really, really deep. Yeah. You know what this feels like sometimes if you weren't wearing a dress. If someone told me to like, this is a casual meetup for drinks or something, even like right after work, this is like a crisscross, like silk or satin blouse that is, you know, hot pink, a hot pink vibe. Some high-waisted wide leg trousers. I have taken the blazer off. I don't have on flats. I have on heels because when they say, you know, it's like a kickback, relax. It's like, no, she's always overdressed. She's always the best dressed. She's the Beyonce of the group. Speaking of which, I did a video on all of the Tom Ford flankers. I think it's called Tom Ford Black Orchid and the flankers in all their glory. It is very entertaining. I take you through wearing the different scents as if you're preparing to go to the Beyonce concert. You're at the concert, you're at the after party, and then the next day you're telling all your friends about it. Very entertaining. It's one of my best performing videos. This is not that, but I think you should check that one out. I'll put the link to it in the description box. Please, if you like this content, talking about fragrances, talking about hair, talking about makeup, then like, subscribe. Tell me any of your favorite designer fragrances that have been discontinued, what you plan to do about it, if you're going to just totally depart from that fragrance profile and try something new, or if you're going to try to find a duplicate, or if you had backups, let me know. I post a lot more on Instagram than I do here on YouTube. It's so easy to post on Instagram. So please join me over on Instagram at DivaintheDetails. I'll have that also listed in the description box. And that one has more hair and fashion, honestly, than it does have perfume, but it does let you know through the teaser when I'm going to have a new YouTube video up. So thanks so much for watching. Bye.